one of the things that one of the first things I uncovered was they hadn't been doing their job. The state pension fund hadn't been. It's supposed to be audited every 10 years, what they call a fiduciary audit.
Right.
It had been 16 years since the last audit. Same with, there's supposed to be an actuarial audit. The actuarial audit was several years overdue. Mm-hmm. So the state legislature, the Retirement Study Council, had not done their job. The state auditor had not been doing his job. And I'll get back to him in a minute. Okay. The state attorney general had not been doing his job. The state securities regulator, every state has a securities regulator. We hear a lot about the SEC and the CFTC. They're the federal securities and commodities regulators. But there are these state securities regulators in addition to the SEC and the CFTC. And the reason it's important to make your listeners aware of the state securities regulators is because they almost never do anything. So chances are your listeners have never heard of their state securities regulator, could not name their state securities regulator if they had to. And these state securities regulators serve at will, but they're at will employees of politicians. So they can, if they do get really proactive, they can be out of their job in a heartbeat. So anyhow, there are these state securities regulators. I'd recommend you look them up. They're supposed to be your first line of defense against securities fraud in your community, but they almost never do their job. They're underpaid, underqualified, and essentially blocked from doing any meaningful work. There's only been one state securities regulator in history that's gone after state pension fraud, and that was Eliot Spitzer in New York, who crashed and burned afterwards.